Today's video, we are going to be reviewing the 9850 Adjust-to-Fit Fatlip Occidental tool bags. Now, these are a little bit different than my old bags. I'll go over some of those differences, and also towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you my new setup, my new loadout, some new tools that I'm running with, and also I'm going to be hosting a small giveaway. So if you want to participate, wait towards the end of the video. I will show you how you can be a part of this giveaway. And again, I hope you guys enjoy. I appreciate you guys. Let's get into the video. Now, speaking about these bags, one of the major differences you're going to see is that this is all one unit. These are not things that can be taken apart. Like my old bags, you have a leather belt and then you put on the other pouches and to kind of fit your needs, but this is one unit, so everything is riveted together. So if you need like fall protection or something like that, these are probably not the best because you're going to have to wear fall protection and then have these over it, so they're not going to be combined together. That's not ideal. These are more for working on the ground, concrete, siding. That's one of the benefits of these bags. Now, the reason why I prefer the Fatlip over the all leather Occidentals is because these tend to stay open by themselves. The form is just more wider, so again, you're going to have a more wider silhouette when you're wearing these. That means if you're going to be working like residential and around finished product, these are not going to be ideal, but at the same time, these are perfect for like roughing, rough concrete, high-rise buildings, siding outside, framing. I think these are the perfect bags for that. And if we go over some of these specs, these have about 6 pouches. You have 1, 2 on one side, and then you have 1, 2, and you have this one large one that's divided into 2, so you have 6 altogether. Another major difference between these bags and my old bags is these no longer have a little pouch for your chalk box or your tape measure, however you configure your bags. But one of the major benefits of that is now you have easy access into your bags now, so you can just kind of grab in there and you're not being interfered with this. So I'm going to now transfer what would have been my chalk box on the top. I'm now going to put it right here, and if you see right here, you have this little leather pretty much receptacle for whatever kind of add-on you want to put on here. I'm going to put on another little pouch. It's a little 2-in-1, so I'm going to turn these 6 bag pouches into 8. So that's ideal, and the thing was only like 20 bucks. So one thing that's great about Occidental is it's easy to customize things, add things on. I have a couple more little Occidental add-ons I'm going to show you guys in later videos. Again, this is the Adjust-to-Fit, so you are going to be able to change the diameter of the belt by moving this and moving this around. I've done this before. It's not complicated, but it's hard to kind of get everything going, so I'm not going to move it again. But it's, like I said, it's not very difficult. You just take this out here, pull this through, and just give yourself as much slack or cinch it up as much as you want. Now, one of the benefits of that is during the summertime, you're gonna be wearing less clothes. So you're gonna want it to be cinched a little bit tighter. But in the wintertime, you're gonna be wearing like rain gear. You're gonna be wearing maybe multiple hoodies. So it's good. And maybe you might not even get fat in the wintertime, but you might just need to put more layers on. So it's great to have the adjustable layer, and you're not worrying about, you know, may have to buy a new bag set. Because again, this is all one unit. This is all riveted together. So you cannot, you know, manipulate it in that way. So that's kind of some of the differences. One thing I love about this is the stitching is great. You can see it's high quality. These last years, I do, again, like all Occidental with the leather, when it comes to the main places where you're going to see failure with like fasteners or tools coming through, they have that leather on there so that it kind of locks everything in. You're not going to have things poking out, sticking you in the leg. These are by far some of the best bags I've had. I had this exact set when I was an apprentice, and they got stolen and they got replaced by my company, but they got me the bags that are separate. So I'm going to have those for when I'm wearing my fall protection or my climbing gear. I have those separate. For me, as time goes on, I try to like separate things. So I have bags for like climbing and doing high-rise stuff, and then I have bags for other things. So it kind of makes it so like I'm not constantly switching up everything, because I've had times where, you know, I will switch from one job to another job. I don't have all the tools that I need. So now I kind of want to keep everything compartmentalized together. Like this goes with this goes with that. So then I'm not, you know, getting on the job and then I'm saying, oh fuck, where's my wrench at? Oh man, where's my alignments at? I don't have these. So kind of make these like packages now. So that's where I've gotten to. And also I get gifted tools for birthdays and Father's Day. So I kind of want to make sure like that's the main thing. Like it's not all about the money per se, but it's also about making sure that you're being productive when you're on the job site, because the company I work for, I get moved around a lot. So I like to make sure that, you know, if I am going to be moved, I have the right tools when I'm needed, because there's nothing worse than being on a job where you don't have the adequate tools and you're trying to make it work with what you got, and you're taking a lot longer than if you had, you know, everything you needed right then and there. So that's one of the major benefits of having multiple bag sets. So I'm not getting rid of my old bags. They're going to have their own use, but these are going to have another separate use. And also it gave you an opportunity to review these Occidental bags because that did pretty well on my channel last time. So hope you guys enjoy this review part. Again, if you go on the website, these are about 10 inches wide from the widest to the widest part, about 9.5 or 10 inches, depending on how you measure it. And these are about 5.5. These are about 4.5 inches deep on the pockets. Hold on. These are about 5.5 inches deep on the pockets. So obviously all the fasteners you're going to need. Now let's get into how I make my setup. Now I'm going to show you my setup. I prefer to wear my bags without any suspenders. It's just more comfortable. I like to have my bags on me without having all of this like encumbered, especially if I'm wearing like rain gear or hoodies. Like that just tends to make it even more uncomfortable. They start to bind on things and catch things. So it's just my ideal layout. And if you can see, these are on my waist and I can reach my hands in, boom, reach to the bottom of my bags. I can access everything. Everything's accessible. This is why Occidental is the gold standard when it comes to tool bags. These are the Rolls Royce. Again, they're wide, they stay open, and even though they are new and they are rigid, this is how they stay pretty much the whole time. You're not going to have it collapsing on yourself, even if you're covered in mud. And I've worked on some muddy ass jobs where, you know, I'm falling down constantly, like the terrain's giving way and you're tripping and slipping in the mud. Again, these stay open. You can access everything. So these are the ideal bags. Now let's talk about some of the things that I'm running and let's get into that giveaway. So these are all the basic tools that I run on most jobs. Now I'm going to start with my pencil and my tape measure. Why this is important? Because this makes you more productive. I keep my tape on one side and my pencil on the other side. If you can see before on the bags, you have separate little places for tools and pencils. That way you can go boom, quick draw, boom, quick draw. So you're able to make sure that you're not like trying to grab 5 things on one. One of the things that is more difficult is, you know, you're going to have your speed square on the same size as your tape. You don't have 3 arms, so you can't have, you know, one in each separate section. But again, your Raptor square, your speed square is going to go into the pocket right where it belongs. There's like a little void right there. That's why I love that. And it never interferes. It's never gonna hit your leg like some of these bags. Now, again, I have Klein Lyman pliers right here and Klein diagonal cutters. Have those both. I don't really put all these like high up in these little pouch areas. Certain things, maybe my torpedo, this is a Stabilo torpedo level, really good quality, dropped a couple times off of, you know, high up and still functions still great. I might keep that in its own little separate thing, but for the most part, I don't want to have anything sticking up too much because I don't want to have the interfering if I'm moving lumber, because you're constantly, as carpenters, you're doing more things than just cutting or applying things. You're moving things around, you're picking up stuff. So you want to make sure that you're fully like unencumbered. You're not being able to like have things constantly catching you up. I keep my hammer, as you can see right here, got that hockey grip tape on it. I keep my hammer right in the front. I don't like it in the back. Some guys keep it in the back, but I like when I'm climbing on ladders, I like to be able to access it without twisting my body. I've seen some gnarly stuff, guys falling off ladders because they're reaching behind themselves, trying to either hook up on something or grab something back there. So it's not ideal. That's why I keep mine in the front. If I do have something in the back, it's usually like a little sluggo or something, maybe a 4-pounder for slamming stakes, or maybe a 6-pounder, depending on how bad the terrain is. So I keep that in the back, or maybe even a finish hammer if I'm doing like some really delicate siding, maybe some cedar stuff. Cat's paw, it's gonna go on this side. Again, there's little pouches. I'll show that in the video. I keep a pair of Midwest snips. These are the little bit wider mouth. Before I had smaller ones with the thinner gate, and so it seemed like it got caught up a lot more. Midwest still A1, the Rolls Royce of tin snips. I always ask all of the guys who do this for a living, the metal tin guys, what do they buy? And they say Midwest, so that's what I bought, just for cutting basic stuff. Now, if I am doing like high-rise stuff, or if I'm installing beams, I do keep a wrench on me, a crescent wrench. I don't always have this on me because it's pretty heavy. It feels like it's like 2 pounds. I put that in the back, again, because it doesn't interfere, and there's a little pouch back there for it, so it's perfect. Again, these are brand new, so these are all haven't been tampered with holes. I got this little stiletto pry bar This is not great. I'm gonna do a review on this later on. It's titanium. You can pull stuff. It's pretty sharp. It's like a Titan pry bar mixed with like a cat's paw a little bit. It's not great for your bang for your buck. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more sturdy because titanium, but because it's so thin, it didn't really stand up the way I thought it would. But again, it's still decent. This is like one of those things you go to a hardware store, you try it out, you buy it once. I probably would never buy it again, just to be honest with you. Now I keep this on my side right here because again, that thing is super sharp. It's very easy to cut yourself. When I first bought it, I had it protruding outside my bags because it's like 11 inches long and it kept like gouging me and slicing me. I look like an emo kid in the 2000s. If you catch my reference, yeah, it was wild. So I keep my chisel. It has a little safeguard in here that comes with the bags, which I really do like. It's a tool shield. You keep this in here. I don't need anything more than like a 3/4 chisel. This is like for if there's like a bolt in the way and I'm just trying to knock it out, like, you know what I mean? If there's a cut and I don't want to overcut, so I cut the sides of the lumber and then I just chisel the rest out. This is what this is for. This is not for like building pianos or doing like really like fine, like intricate work. We're not building pianos, we're building America out here. So that's why I have that. I keep myself a couple utility knives. I just throw them in here. The reason why I keep a couple, because it's so easy to drop these, you know, while you're working. So you want to make sure you have one. When you don't have one, life is more difficult. So I keep that on me. Just a nail punch, something basic, pretty thick, nothing too complicated. Another Apex. And like I said before, I have my chalk box. I'm going to put it right here. And then here is for the main thing I just bought. So I used to always carry a Milwaukee tiny little bit holder, and I think this might be the upgrade that I was looking for, because again, not only does it have everything you need, but it's also in a little package and it's easy to fit right in your bag. So I can put this right next to my chalk box and not be interfering with it. And also all these are magnetized, and this is the Norsk. This is the thing I'm going to be giving away. I bought 3 of these. I'm going to be giving 3 of these away to my subscribers. So if you want a chance to get one of these new bit holders, these are awesome. These have everything you need as far as bits. I'm talking about everything. If you can see that right there, it has your Phillips tips, your square tips, your T's, your torque screws. It has everything you pretty much need, and it comes with a small little cute little Apex that you have to pull down to let things go, so you're not going to have things just falling out. This is by far like one of the best little bit sets I've seen. So I'm going to be giving this away on Discord. If you go on the Discord channel, I'm going to leave a link, and it's going to be for the giveaway channel. Leave me a message with the number 19 and I'll let you know that you are subscribing to try to win one of these bit holders. So I'm going to be giving these away, 3 of them, and I will be hosting a raffle in 7 days. So if you guys want a chance to win one of these, join the Discord channel. Also, I am trying to build a little community there, not just for like my benefit. I keep hearing about everybody being so lonely, everybody not having like a support network. So I'm trying to build that. Just to help other guys out, help other girls out, whoever wants to, you know, have some mentorship or just some fellowship. And then if we get big enough, I want to start hosting like in-person things, because I think the internet is cool, but I think actual like in-person fellowship is way better than, you know, just the internet stuff. So that's my goal. And if you guys want to participate in that, join the Discord channel. That's what I'm doing. And I appreciate you guys. Now, one last time, I'm going to show you the bags, what they look like with them off. See all the tools in there, they fit in there. I keep most of the stuff, like I said before, kind of free floating in there. It's fine. It doesn't really move that much. Maybe I might put the linemen's here and the diagonal cutters here. But again, you just want to make sure they're really snug in there, because you don't want to have, you know, that movement and that them catching up and falling out anyway. So I kind of prefer them down here, but some guys will swear by, you know, having them elevated up. And then again, I like to keep this whole section right here just dedicated to fasteners, so you're not finding yourself like trying to reach in both pockets trying to guess where you're at. So that's why it's good to have a consistent process of where you're storing all of your stuff, so you're not getting confused. And when like the heat is on and your journeyman or your your fellow carpenters ask you for something, you just know right where it is, you're reaching for it, you're not fumbling around. That's the main thing that I had as an apprentice I kept struggling with, was organization and repetition. That's going to make you a better carpenter overall. When you have a muscle memory, that's when you get more productive. That's when you get more efficient. So make sure, again, when you're switching tasks, make sure you are changing your bags out. You're not just throwing other fasteners on top of that. So if you were doing concrete work and you have these bags full of, 16 dupes and 8s and maybe 16 sinkers, once you're switching tasks, try to empty your bags out. You don't have to throw those nails away, but just empty your bags out so you're not throwing thin screws on top of that. So then when you're reaching in there and things are muddy, you're constantly grabbing the wrong one all the time. So make sure you're constantly organizing yourself, because organization leads to productivity, which leads to you making more money for yourself and your company. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys join the Discord channel. Please like and subscribe if you got this far, and see you guys next time. Peace.